What's going on, guys? It's four-time Madden champ Pav here. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down the Charlotte offensive playbook. I'm giving you guys a mini scheme with a couple of the favorite plays that I like to run out of this playbook. This is going to be a part one. If you do want a part two, go ahead and smash that like button, comment, and we'll drop it ASAP. But let's dive straight into this playbook now and break down the best plays. So Charlotte offensive playbook, it's got one of the best bunches in the game. But why this playbook is so good, why it's so meta, why it's used in the first place is because of how many formations it has. So let's count them out real quick. Bunch, trio, we got wide off trio close, wide off trips, and then moving on, the stack wide flex is good, and then it has trips X nasty. This playbook is a crazy audible around playbook. It has so many good plays out of so many good formations, and your opponent is never going to be able to keep up with the amount of plays you're calling from different formations. So let's get straight into it. You should be coming out in the gun bunch formation. See right here, it's got a full bunch practically, with the key highlighted plays going to be Y curl. You see right here, I have Y curl and halfback base of my favorites. These are the two plays I come out in practically every play, and then I'll audible around and get settled in. Audibles, I like dig return. I like this Z cross with the fade on the outside. I like deep corner. This is probably one of the best plays in the game. And then bench pivot. Amazing play. Easy, just like dig return. Very easy play to run. This playbook is practically cruise control. It's so good. It's so easy to run. It's super simple. So like I said, I love to come out in the wide curl. And it's super simple. You could do quick hike setups like streaking your tight end and, just looking for the deep pass pattern. You could do a couple other things like something like this, right? Where you do a tight end drag, R1 on the post, and then the return route. And you're really just looking for this instant throw running back. In the metas that we're currently playing, dime rush and mid blitz, the running back, just getting it out as a safety blanket, as fast as you can. It's one of the best things you could do. It's super safe to do so. One thing I like to do sometimes is I like to stem up this little route right here. I don't know what you call this, a cross route. And then you could just drag your tight end, and it creates like a high-low. You see right here, you throw it to the tight end if they're playing like more conservative defense. They're playing like hard flats. If they're tired of you throwing your tight end drags and your running back wheel routes, maybe you wait a little longer and throw that cross right in front of their face. So wide curl, utilize this play a lot. Throw it to your running back as much as you can. If they get more aggressive, look for this inverted fade. And then, slowly but surely work your way across the field. I use like 2 to 3 bunch setups really, and then I'll audible around. This is going to be deep corner, and there's a couple things you could do with this play. This play is so good because of this tight end route. It's super hard to play defense against that tight end route. Even in a hard flat like that, you could sometimes get a great animation and break the tackle. Ideally, how you're going to want to play is you're going to want to flip, whether you go from the long side of the field to the short side, or you end up going from the short side of the field to the long side right here. But ultimately, our goal is to attack with the flat and open up space for our other routes. So, if you're throwing the flat over and over and again, they're eventually going to hard flat. You see right here, we're going to hard flat, which is then going to open up space for routes like the corner route. You see right here, we do get an overthrow, but the corner route is wide open. Easy setup that you could just be running, something like that, where you streak R1 and put, outside receiver on a corner route. You could stem down this in route on the right side. I'd like to block the tight end. With this, right, like I said, boom, you had the drag, you had the corner route, you had the tight end flat. And I love this play so much because eventually, they might start to play good defense, but that's when you hit them with the playmaker right there. You hold L2, you playmaker that drag up. There's really nothing they could do about it in zone. It forces them to, maybe man them up, run man coverage, run match coverage. And from there, we have so many different setups. If you want to combo this deep corner play with another setup, you would do something like this. Put your tight end on the post. This is really good if they're hard flatting or if they're manning up your tight end, playing very aggressive. You see right here, we wait long enough, and the tight end is going to get open. He got bumped quite a bit right there, but he ends up breaking open towards the end. So combo those two route combos with the wide curl, maybe some underneath pass patterns like bench pivot right here. Simple, basic concepts where you're just throwing the zig route on the field and trying to get, as many yards as you can. You combo those two setups with these two setups, maybe run the ball a little bit, and you're good in bunch. So moving on to trio, this gun trio is amazing in the Charlotte playbook. It's got some pretty unique routes, but one play that we're really going to be focusing on is the slants. Some base setups that you could do are pretty simple and, self-explanatory. You could do something like this where, you read the zig route, you read the flat route, you read the post, and then on the back end you have like a running back post or maybe a running back angle. even a running back wheel, depends on what you really like. You see right here, we're just going to use the running back angle. We're going to call hike, and you see right here that zig route gets in that nice space. Easy 5 to 10 yards. Start to catch on to that concept, you could do something like this, where you streak the tight end, and maybe you put your running back on a flat route or like an in route. This is great versus match defense. The slant is going to cook, and then you see right there, you'll have the running back on the underneath. You see right here, the match is going to end up matching onto this post. And if it does, it's going to leave a lot of holes on the defense. We had the flat open. We had the running back open where we were going to have the slant open. This formation, this play, it specifically slants. It has that outside post. Like I said, there's a lot you could do with it. Right here, we're just going to let the slant run across the field. And this is very reminiscent of like the trips Y flex, motion Y post last year, where, you get that slant coming across the middle. It's an easy quick hike play. And there's a lot of things you could do with it. Right here, once more, we're just going to throw to the flat because they're respecting the post too much. We're going to throw to the flat. You see right here, let's just say they play hard flats to guard the flat. Well, this is where you're going to end up throwing your post right in the easy underneath space, underneath the cover 4 defense. It's an amazing quick hike play. You match this up with like an inside zone, maybe like a verticals, and it's going to be very hard to stop on the audible and the quick hike. You see right here, we had the slant open. We end up having the post open. Like I said, easy play, filled with a lot of setups that you could do. And this is where I leave it to your hands, right? You mix and match, you find what setups you like the best, which ones you don't, and you run them in the game and you test them out. Audibling now to the trips X nasty. This is what I love to do a lot. This right here is my, go-to formation versus people that like to run mid blitz. And it's not even the formation itself, it's the play, the high-low cross. Just say someone's coming out in the mid blitz and, I might be struggling, I might not be, right? But I want to give them a different look. This play is what's going to do it for you. A setup for this play is you could come back this outside guy right here. You could streak the middle guy and maybe just leave it like this, where you have the tight end cross and the drag underneath. Why this play is so good versus mid blitz is usually they're probably going to hover right here and jump out to the right flat, right? We're all expecting a running back flat, running back wheel, running back out route. But what people never expect is this cross route from Nick Singleton, the running back. You see right here, you're going to wait, you're going to throw it, you get a good rack most of the time, and you're off to the races. It makes it very tough for the defense to run all out man. Sometimes you just need an easy, reliable, safe, safety blanket play like this. And this is for sure mine if people are running all out blitzes. With this, right, your main read is just going to be the running back. You're probably not going to have enough time for your other routes on the field. But, like I said, it's so easy. You get so many yards. And if you're audibling from bunch to this, it's a nightmare to defend. You could pair this up with a slot fade H wheel. And let's just say your opponent's starting to adjust, right? They're maybe standing on this side now. This is where, you could easily call something like this. And we're just going to throw it to the running back. And, at that point, you're playing cat and mouse with your opponent. He doesn't know if he's going to the right, going to the left. And it's just a nightmare. They eventually will get out a mid blitz or maybe run a different look, maybe man up the linebacker. And if that's the case, they're not blitzing anymore and you're winning the chess match. And finally, I like running the Y off trips weak. I love to audible to it and call it dig cross or post in cross. They're practically the same play. This is also very good versus mid blitz. Why? Because you have this R1 crosser and it's really, really good versus man coverage. You see right here, he absolutely torches him. Very hard to run man versus formation. If your opponents run zone, you could do a couple things like, maybe drag the tight end, do a running back flat route, maybe do like a return route on the back end. The possibilities are endless with this play setup, and it's so good versus man coverage. Sometimes you just need a little bit of, help and a little bit of easy plays to beat man coverage. This is definitely one of mine. Like I said, you could do a lot of freestyling out of this as well. You could do like angle routes if you want. And like I said, this is just versus all-out man, right? You see they run all-out man. Everything was open pretty much on that field. This cross route is so good versus man coverage. It's always been good versus man coverage, and this year is no different. He just fries him, gets to the sideline. Eventually, people are going to switch stick to that. Maybe you use that as a decoy, and then you go underneath with a drag route and or, like a table route, angle route. You mix that in with a little bit of this Y-off trio close flood play, and, you're pretty much never going to lose running this Charlotte offense, right? It has everything that you need to win games. It has long developing plays, a bunch of short developing plays. The one downside of this playbook, it is missing a few run plays, but, you could easily substitute that with RPOs. You could substitute that with like just quick, running back routes, zig routes to the tight end you see right here. And it's an audible around playbook. So I'm going to say that once again. You have to be audibling around. You shouldn't be coming out and play. You should be flipping. You should be audibling. Get your opponent on their toes. Make it hard for them to adjust. And if you could do all of that, you will 100% win a lot of games in this Charlotte offensive playbook. Want that part 2? Go ahead and comment now. Smash that like button. I'll drop the part 2. I got a couple more formations in this playbook, a couple more in-depth play setups. Go check out Madden Academy now. We got free courses, free ebooks to help you master Madden and college football, help you get to that next level. Link will be down below. All that being said and taken care of, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Madden 26 is almost here. College football has been a blast. Still will have more tips and tricks videos for you guys if you are interested in college football. Catch you guys in the next video. Till then, peace.